Hey, my beautiful friend, welcome back to Momplex. It's the middle of December, and as I'm thinking about episodes to wrap up the year, I've been thinking about I can do a this is how you think and reflect about your 2025 and how you can, really protect your hard work and what can you let go of? And what can you move into 2026 with? Or I could do an episode about how to set incredible goals. But just thinking about how I can help you as you move into the new year. I could have talked about all the ways to set goals, how you can kick ass at them, set those New Year's resolutions. But honestly, you can Google that. Everybody is going to be doing a podcast about that. You can even ask AI now, honestly. But what I want to do is to tap into something a whole lot more powerful. And that is to ask the guidance from your higher self, your future you. And so that's exactly what I did. I went and I sat down and I did a meditation and I called upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, my spirit guides, my higher self, and your higher self from 2026. And I said, tell me, what does she need to know right now that will help her have the most amazing 2026? Because that's what I want for you more than anything. I want to help you feel confident. I want to help you feel supported, clear, and excited. And I got some incredible downloads, and I want to share those with you today. So, this is your 2026 reading. I'm going to share 5 messages that I got. And all I ask for you is that you just listen and trust that the message that speaks to you is the one that is meant for you. That's it. Just trust your intuition. All right. So here we go. Message number 1. This is the year that you shed. Not actual weight, but the actual pressure and what you have been carrying day after day after day, what's been keeping you up at night that is not yours to carry anymore. And this is more than the let them theory that is, flowing through all over Instagram. This is literally you washing your hands, you taking a shower and just washing away all of that worry, all of that pressure, that responsibility that you've been carrying around from that person that is so directly tied to your life. And finally saying, I don't want to hold this anymore. I can't hold this anymore. Not because I don't have the space for it, because it's not helping our relationship anymore. I need to give these things to the universe. And saying it with a loving prayer, literally saying, please, whatever you pray to, if you, pray to flowers or universe or God or whatever, please take this thing that is not mine. Take it with love. Please protect them, but take from me what I can no longer carry. This is the year that you are literally going to shake off that energy that is not yours to manage. So much focus in 2025 has been on other people's checkerboards, other people's maps, where you have been trying to arrange things, moving pieces, moving chess pieces, whether you have been adjusting yourself to make sure that someone else is happy, or you have been racing to get yourself from a physical location to another location to make sure that things work out in a certain way to please that other person, to make sure that things work out for that other person. It's all been done with a place of love. But it's actually, we've outgrown it. It's no longer serving them or you in the best way. And it's time to mature out of that role and allow them to also mature into a place where they can take over their own chessboard, their own pieces, and start to learn how to rearrange things on their board so that they can start to trust that they can manage their own life. They can start to manipulate things in their own life, and that you believe that they can also do that. And they can focus on things that need their attention. And this will free up the energy so that you can focus on things that need your attention. It's more of an energy distribution rather than a rejection or a lack of love. Your focus is no longer necessary here. Yes, these types of change can feel really uncomfortable at first. Change is hard and getting used to change and new things will be difficult. But in the long run, it's going to be better for you, for your energy, and for this relationship when you allow yourself to grow and expand, and you allow this person to grow and expand and learn how to manage their own feelings, their own life, their own expectations. And then you can step into areas of your life that have been neglected because you've been so focused on their stuff. So, whatever is coming up in your mind as I'm saying this, if there is a relationship that has been dragging your focus and your energy, maybe it's been weighing you down, maybe it's been causing you to have a lot of worry, and think about when you're focused, if it's been dragging your eyes downward, is there something that you would like to shake off? And if you could shake it off without anybody being angry at you or worrying that you're going to let anybody down or worrying about the guilt or the blowback, it's okay to do so. You can literally shake your hands of it and bless it and give it to the universe with love. It will be okay. You will be okay. And they will be okay. They can handle it. Message number 2. This is the year we stop forcing stuff. This is the year we stop forcing stuff. The grunt work, the push pull, the forcing things to make them happen in a certain time or in a certain way, literally till you feel like your fingers are bleeding, or so that your anxiety calms and so that you can get a good night's sleep and that you can stop worrying all the time. 2026 is not going to be about that energy. Things are not going to be working out that way anymore. It's not going to be actually what ends up happening, no matter how hard you try. Things are going to have more of a mind of their own with less influence from you, no matter how hard you push and manipulate. Maybe you'll be able to get things to go in a certain way, but at the end, things are going to, in 2026, the more you force, the more things are going to be like, you're going to have more thoughts in your head like, oh, things really aren't working out the way I thought they were going to, or the way I thought that they should. Things are going to have more of a mind of their own, and that mind is going to be a lot louder than it has been in the past. The truth is, here's what's so beautiful about it. You have already planted so many seeds, and you have done so much work and a lot of things in your life right now. Now it is time to let those things do what they are meant to do, which is to grow on their own, right? If you want to think about some of these things, you have a garden. You've gone out, you've bought the seeds, the best seeds that money can buy. You have gotten the best soil in the world. You've invested in the planter boxes. I'm not a gardener, so let's just trust that I know what I'm talking about here. But you have done it. You have planted them, and you have done everything in your responsibility, in your wheelhouse that you can do. But now you have to let go. You have to let these seeds and this soil and the sunlight and the photosynthesis and nature, let it all show you that it can bloom and do what it's literally meant to do and wow you. It's time to step back and bask in the wonder that there are other things in this world that can do things and you get to enjoy them. Yes, checking on it, tending to it, but getting your hands out of the soil. It's like it's time for you to stop being like, get your hands, wash them. They don't have to be dirty anymore. It's like a practice where you get to trust and witness that there are other things capable of doing their jobs without you micromanaging them anymore. And they are things that can become what they're meant to become, maybe even better than you could have imagined. And things will run their course on their own time, no matter how much you elbow it or nudge it or force it. So save your energy, enjoy it. Let these things, let people, let situations, let circumstances prove to you that life can work out even when you're not hands-on all the time. The truth is, if I can actually speak fluently, things have their own season and their own timing. But lately, we've been able to manipulate that so much with, supplements and, phones and pesticides and all sorts of things. Like, let's just take fruits and vegetables, for example. Fruits and vegetables have seasonality, right? We're not meant to actually have strawberries 12 months out of the year. In fact, our bodies are not really designed to eat strawberries 12 months out of the year. There is a reason why strawberries taste so good at a certain time of year, because that's when they're meant to be. But because of the way we've been able to grow crops, you can actually get strawberries 12 months out of the year. Do they taste great all those months? No. And sometimes they are so expensive. But if we actually just got strawberries when they were meant to be grown, they would taste incredible and they wouldn't be so overpriced. Life is actually the same way. There are certain things that we have going on with ourselves, with our kids, with our situations in our life. If we actually let them grow with their own seasonality, they're actually going to grow better, stronger, and be way more in season than if we were forcing them, pressuring them, racing them, and trying to make them bloom before they were ready, or bloom into something that they're not really meant to be in the first place. So I want us to be able, it's just like there is a trust component, which I understand is a practice, because especially as a mom and, as a mom and a woman, when we're not just focusing on our own lives, we're also focusing on our families and our kids. We have so many people's lives and circumstances on our hearts. It's hard to be patient, and it's hard. We want to know if things are going to work out. And not knowing is what creates a lot of anxiety. And when we can get our hands in there and we can feel like we're in control, that makes the anxiety go away. But you've heard it, that control it's actually not really true. We really don't have control over a lot, but it does make us feel better when we think we're, sending the emails and getting involved and calling the teachers and, you know, writing the coaches back and making the appointments. It makes us feel like we're being productive and we're helping these things grow. We're putting more, nutrients in the soil, and we're watering them 3 times a week instead of once a week. It's like we're getting them to grow faster and stronger and better than the other mom's garden, right? We think we're doing better for our kids. 2026 is going to be a year where we need to learn how to trust that when things are growing on their own time and in season, they're going to bloom and be better than ever if we allow them to do what they're meant to do without us forcing them. So if there's a thing in your life or your kid's life that is growing and you don't know how long it's going to take, you have to wait for an answer, you're sitting here waiting for an outcome. It is hard. I'm not going to downplay that. But the challenge this year isn't going to be in how can I make the outcome be what I want it to? The challenge is how can I let it become? And trust that your love has been planted and it's going to grow, but you have to let it grow and be in its season. When you do it, it's going to blossom when it's ready and be better than you ever could have imagined. Trust is hard. One tip that helps me when I'm feeling really anxious and I want to get my hands back in the soil is, if you can, moving your body. And I don't mean you have to go do a crazy workout at Orange Theory, but going outside and getting some fresh air really connects you. It grounds you. It brings you back to the present moment. I like to go outside and do some deep somatic breath, parasympathetic breathing. You can breathe in for a count of 4, breathe out for a count of 6, and you can just be nice to yourself and just take some deep breaths. Usually after about 10 minutes of that, I can reconnect to my thoughts of, right, I need to trust. I need to be patient. I've done everything that I can do on my end. And now I have to trust that it's their time to do what they're meant to do on their end. And things are going to work out the way they're meant to work out. Also, if you have a friend that you trust, talk with them. Go grab a coffee with them and y'all can support each other through it. But this is the year of trust. Message number 3. There is more to see in your life than what is right in front of you. There is a bigger picture happening in your life, and you have not been seeing that in the last year, and that's okay. because this past year, the screen has been really more two-dimensional. But in 2026, the year is going to open up. Like in one of those amphitheaters where the screen is a 360, this is a year where you're going to be able to look around and see the wonder of all the different components and moving pieces that have been going on in your life. In recent months, you've been focusing on only a few things that have really been needing your attention. They've been really pulling you down to kind of that focus. But now there are other areas in your life that are going to be calling to you, and it's okay to look around. You have the capacity to look around, and the things in your life that you have been focusing on, they're now strong enough, and they are saying that they can share your focus. It has been tunnel vision for a bit. We can think about your life as a pie chart. Maybe you've been focusing on your career and your kids. Maybe you've been focusing on your health and your career. It's okay for you to shift your focus to some of those other pie slices. If it's been tunnel vision for a bit, it's okay to change it up and just turn the camera a couple of degrees and get a totally different shot. That's what's going to be happening in your life in 2026. So trust if there's some nudges, some like feelings of tapping your shoulder to look around and look around more when you can. It's okay. You've got the capacity to share your focus. I think a lot of times, especially as moms, we worry if I'm not looking at my kids all the time, then I'm going to miss something. Then I'm not going to be there for them when they need me. There is an unconditional support that they feel when your eyes are not on them 24/7. And I think you've earned it. It's kind of like the seeds that you've planted. They have the ability to tap on your shoulder when they need you. We have to be able to trust them that they can also advocate for themselves. You've done a really good job of telling them how to do that. You have to be able to hover over other things in your life. And that's going to be what's going on in 2026. It's going to be a beautiful education for you to learn that your life has the strength to share you with other areas of your life, and that you'll build the trust over time. Your brain will see the evidence that you have the capacity and the ability to look at different things in your life. It's going to feel really good, I think, for you to have different outlets for your energy, different ways for you to think about different things. I remember when I became a new mom, my highlight of my day was going to the hardware store. And at the time, that was really, really important because I needed to be with my kids 24/7 to make sure that, they weren't falling down the stairs or choking on an apple. But as they got older and they learned how to feed themselves and sleep through the night and they were at school, I realized, okay, they are also learning how to keep themselves alive, which is opening up space for me to also look around. This is an opportunity in 2026 for both of you, your family, and other areas of your life to also mature and say, I can do a few things without you hovering over me, which is going to open up opportunity for you to look at other areas of your life. So just notice if you've been having some tunnel vision, if there's another piece of the pie of your life where you think, I missed you, and I can sense that you are needing some of my focus. You'll be amazed at what's been going on around you. So hit pause, take a deep breath, look up, get up from your desk, create some breaks into your set routine, shift it, add some fluidity to your day. It doesn't have to be a lot of time, but take your sunnies off your head and roll down the window. If you are always in your car driving to work, listening to the news or the podcast, shake it up. Listen to a song instead, or don't listen to anything. Be there in silence with your own thoughts, right? We just need to kind of shock the system a little bit and open up that there are some other things that have been going on in your body and your mind and in your heart and in your soul besides the few things that you have been focusing on. It's okay. It's actually going to all blend together really well. It's going to work together really well. It's going to be like it's like a rainbow. It's all going to match. And actually, it'll make things in your life feel brighter, fresher, taste better, sink in and feel more flavorful for you. You've been looking at only 2 or 3 colors, but your life is a kaleidoscope. And now I think you're going to have the ability to see a fuller spectrum of color, which is actually going to make everything brighter and everything more exciting. And so it's just trying to open up some opportunities in your routine to let some of those new colors shine in. It doesn't have to be immediate. It's just a few little shifts in your day. Where can you add in 5 minutes of silence in your day? Where can you just shift up that routine just to see if you can look around and notice what else is going on in your life? Message number 4. There is some noise. There are some sounds around you that are going to try to get your attention now in 2026. There has been a lot of consistent chatter and communication coming into you in 2025, a stream of words from the same people, the same sources or outlets of information, which have been incredibly helpful, very good guidance and good foundations and really comforting for you. But there are some new, maybe surprising noises that are ready to come in, and you have the space for them in 2026. Think about your radio. If you're driving one of those old cars and every time you turn on the car, it's always set to 97.1. And that's been very comforting. You love the DJ. They always play your favorite 90s music, and it's been great. Now, when you turn on the car, you're just going to turn the dial a little bit, and it's going to go to 103.4. And you're going to be really surprised, like, oh my gosh, it's playing some songs from the 80s. I haven't heard these songs in a really long time, but they are freaking amazing. And you can always turn the dial back when you need those songs from the 90s or you need those songs from the 2000s. But this year you have some space for some of those other noises. Maybe it's some new podcasts. Maybe it's some new conversations with new friends, a new advisor, new clients, books you want to reread or new books you want to read. Maybe it's reading again. Maybe it's, not just the same channels of information. Just take it a little bit at a time, though. This is not the pressure of a rush of information or trying to tie this to a panic that you need to do it all at once. It's just a little bit here and there. And let your interest be the guide here. Whatever excites you, lean into that. Trust that 2026 is going to be a year of you rediscovering some things about yourself that have maybe been dormant for some time and allowing some new sounds to come in to kind of remind you, oh, I do like country music. Oh, I do like watercolors. Oh, gosh, I do like connecting with my friends from high school. Oh, I do like, listening to opera and, it's just kind of reminding yourself that there are some things that have been, just kind of muted. Your body and your heart and your energy will tell you, trust it. It will help you balance and tell you what you can handle. It's more of an excitement in your body rather than checking things off of a to-do list. And message number 5, 2026 is going to be the year where you are the receiver and the co-creator. This is the year where you're not just the driver of your life. And I don't just mean where you're physically sitting shotgun, but yes, do that. It's always great to sit shotgun, put your feet up on the dashboard, close your eyes, lean back in your seat and let someone else drive you to dinner or take you places so you can relax and take a break from traffic. But this is more of an energy thing. You are here working so hard to build the life of your dreams. And so often as a mom, we can feel really alone in that, especially as an ambitious mom, right? When we're not given a blueprint how to do that. A lot of times we're really creating this for the very first time. But you're not alone in that. There is a force out in your life wanting you to have everything that you want. It's out there helping you, guiding you. It's dropping little hints and nuggets and trying to light a path for you to say, this is where you're meant to go. And it comes those hints come to you in the way of your intuition and what feels right to you, what lights you up, what feels easy, what makes you feel joy, what makes you feel like yourself when you feel really comfortable in your own skin. Those messages are there to help you know that you're on your right path in your highest vibration connected to a really supportive environment and in tune with your highest self. Those messages are not by accident. They are messages from the universe communicating with you through your own intuition and your own energy. If you're not sure, ask, is this the right path for me? Am I on the right path? And then create some time to listen. If you're into prayer and meditation, they say prayer is when you ask for guidance, and meditation is when you hear the guidance, is when you hear the answer. If you're not into that, it can also be a beautiful walk outside. It can be about journaling. It can, when when you're in the shower and when you're driving and when you're working out, that's when our brain goes into theta waves. And that's why sometimes people say, I get my best ideas when I'm in the shower. I get my best thoughts when I'm working out. I get my best thoughts when I'm driving, right? It's because our brain is really in this most connected to our subconscious. We're in those theta waves. And so if you're just try and create those spaces and to really trust that those are not by accident. That's your intuition talking to you. Are you listening? Can you create some space to hear it? And, the more you ask, the more you hear. And, when you can start to hear it more and more, the more it's going to get louder and louder and louder. I always get great hits when I'm in the shower and when I'm on walks out in nature. It's a very active, energized area out in nature. But this is a beautiful year for you to reconnect with what has been there all along. But the noise of, pressure and the noise of Instagram and TikTok and traffic and, the programming from your parents and TV and phones and society telling us, this is what we should and shouldn't do. And this is, if you don't do this, it's not going to work out. It can really be confusing and overwhelming. But there is a force of guidance in and around you that has always been there. And it wants to be there for you. It wants everything that you want. It wants the life of your dreams. It's always there. It's never going to leave you. And it's ready for you to hear you and for you to receive the guidance whenever you want to ask for it. And the more you ask for it, the more you're going to hear. And it's unconditional. It doesn't go away. It's always ready for you. And this is the year when you're going to have the capacity to be able to really receive it. There's a difference between ego and intuition. One of the ways I really tell the difference is ego, it's very frantic. The tone of ego, it's high pitched, it's frantic, it's fast paced, it's worried, and it's telling you that you're behind and to do this and you have to do this and you must do this and let's go, 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 go. It just feels very fast and energized. Guidance and intuition, it's calm. It's a deeper voice. It's slower. It's not urgent. It has this like wisdom into it. It's more loving. And it has this almost like wise grandfather, like almost putting his hand on your shoulder saying, it's going to be okay. And if you just trust me, this is what we're going to do. And you hear it. It's almost like, that's it. It's always there, but sometimes our intuition, our own inner voice, it gets muted by all the noise from the external, by, the comparison trap, by people telling us that, we're not smart enough. We're not, we're too emotional. We're too sensitive, or gosh, we could never do that. And so, one of my favorite practices really, and what's helped me the most is to, when I wake up in the morning is to not grab my phone. Instead, I get up in the morning and I walk to my kitchen and I drink a glass of my lemon water. And I just drink my lemon water and I stare out the window. I'm not changing the world in that moment, but I'm waking up just with my own thoughts. And I'm taking a moment to just start breathing and waking up just with Scotty. And it's just nice because then I can hear myself think. And it's like I'm connecting with my own thoughts, my own heart, my own intuition before I'm connecting with the world. And it just lets me hear that inner guidance. It lets me hear that voice. Oh, right. There's the voice. There's that inner guidance system. It's always there. And I know what it sounds like. I know that voice. I know that energy in my body. And when I can connect to that, it's like I felt it and I know what it feels like. And that's always the feeling that I'm trying to reconnect to. And so then when the ego comes in, I know the difference in the feeling. And then I can choose, what is the feeling I'm trying to connect to? And I remember the feeling of my own intuition, that inner guidance. I'm like, that's the feeling. That's the feeling I'm always trying to connect to, even when it's noisy, even when I feel the pressure. Because we're all human. We're always going to get affected by pressure and deadlines and stress and comparison and ego and all those things. Doesn't mean that we're never going to be challenged or have stress or anxiety. But when you can connect to that inner guidance, at least it gives you a sense of what does that feeling feel like? So you can always tap back into it and remind yourself, right, that's the feeling I'm trying to connect to. Does this action help me connect to that? Does this movement help me connect to that? Does this relationship help me connect to that? Does this dream help me connect to that? And when the best thing about that inner guidance, when you say you're ready to receive it, it will come. And in 2026, that guidance is there for you for the taking. I love sharing those messages with you. This coming year, 2026, it's all about this like softer circle. It's there protecting you, but this circle is like this ring around you that's moving. It's flowing, it's shifting, it's less rigid than how we've been feeling in the past. There's a lot of flow. There's a lot of movement happening. There's a lot of opportunity for you to be incredibly ambitious, but also with some flexibility. So you can continue to bring your drive and your grit, but with your heart and your creativity as well. So you can channel all of you, the authentic you. So you don't have to wear one hat at a time. You can be you in all the spaces and allow each energy to showcase at the time without feeling so spent or having to adjust yourself based on who you're with or what you're doing or where you're going. This is a year where you will feel less pulled and more even, more whole, more known to yourself than ever before. And you're going to feel more seen, more understood by yourself, which is one of the most incredible knowings ever. And you're going to be able to say, this is who I am. And it's going to feel more right than it has ever felt before. There's a knowing that you're going to be able to return to, even though it's going to feel like some sort of new and rebirth. It isn't. This year is going to be more of you letting go of what is not meant for you anymore, what you've outgrown, what you have matured from, and allowing what has always been to come forward finally. And the world will love it. You will love it. Your kids will love it. And I can't wait to see her. So enjoy. You're amazing. Let me know what message or messages resonated the most with you. Happy holidays to you. And here's to you, your incredible 2026. I love you, Mom.